Hello, welcome. Okay, I have to come clean about Tuesday night. First off, I want to apologize about not being able to show up on Tuesday night. I know your time is valuable, and I'm really sorry that I missed it. I'm going to tell you what happened. I had my grandnephew for the weekend, and on Tuesday, after having him for the weekend, I had to go drive him and my niece and my sister to the airport, which I did. Then I had to go to my storage unit, which I did. And then I had to come home and pack because I had to come up here. And then I made a critical mistake in laying down on the couch, and I did set my alarm. It turns out I set it for AM, not PM. And apparently I slept through the class. So I am so sorry. And here we have it rescheduled. So that's what happened. And I appreciate you guys coming back a second time around. So now you're going to get a great healing on your healing energy tonight. All right. So what I have planned for tonight is working on the healing energy, like generically, and then I'm going to work on the healing energy for your body, your mind, and your spirit. So those three separate sections. And I think what I'm going to do is once we clean out the healing energy, is use it like a healing agent and just run it through your space for those three sections. So, okay, let's give it a go tonight. I'm going to set the energy with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at your healing energy to start with. And for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, how I do this is I take a composite of everybody in my soul support membership sanctuary, and it allows me to find what's called matching energies. So by looking at matching energies, I can help people clear their pain and even do that in a group, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, let me start to take a look at everybody's healing energy. Well, the first thing I see is that it's not flowing evenly. So hopefully by the end of this, we'll get it flowing evenly. In general, the lower left quadrant of your torso, there's a lot of energy affecting your energy flow. So I'm working on that. Okay, that has to do with everybody's eating and what you're eating, because there's a lot of energy in the digestive tract that's not moving, and it's affecting your healing energy flow. Good. I can see your healing energy, and it is a beautiful gold. It's like a cross between a yellow gold and a light orange gold. And what I am seeing is that I think you forget that you can run your healing vibration whenever you want. I'm seeing that for the most part, it doesn't get run very often throughout the day. Let me take that back. It does not run that often during the day for you. Your healing energy is running, but I'm looking specifically at it being used for you. So a lot of it is going out to other people. Oh, you'll like this. This will make you want to run healing energy every day of your life. It makes you younger. That's what I see. When you're running healing vibration, your own healing energy, it's very youthful to you and your body. Okay, now we're getting down to some of the good stuff. This is all the persecution pictures of when you've used your healing energies, powers, and information in past lives and have actually lost your body because of using your healing information. So I'm working on past life and karma now. And just to simplify what I'm looking at, the control is always to keep the vibration down. So it's about not allowing you to utilize that healing energy to really raise your vibration. I'm watching a lot of your healing energy go into group healing agreements. That might be family, work, clubs. So I'm going to work with you to help you get your energy, pull it out of that and get it back into your body. And here's why some of you do not call your energy back from group agreements. They get pissed. They don't like you pulling your healing energy away. So when you make that decision, you've got to be firm, because you get a lot of energy thrown at you sometimes when you pull out of a healing agreement. Now there's a big white streak of punishment coming out from, and this looks to me more like pastime energy of like times when you got punished for raising the energy too high. I also want to talk about your healing abilities, because when I look at it, it's like you're a beacon on the hill. You really do radiate a lot of light. So that, draws attention. Just like I was saying, it will draw control energies sometimes. There's still a lot of white and a pearl gray coming out of the vibration. Oh, that's nice. And now what I'm going to do is work specifically on what's called your Kundalini energy. That is your own natural healing vibration. It starts, or it gets generated from something called an amplifier, which sits below your first chakra. And when that Kundalini healing vibration gets running in your body, it actually gets ribboned up through the chakras. And it's really cool to see. So I'm going to work on that next, get your own natural healing vibration going. There's a lot of non-permission in your space to not run Kundalini. I'm also going to be racing snakes because there are snakes in that space. Kundalini is also, it's another vibration that's looked at as being too powerful. So there's a lot of, like I said, non-permission for you to run it. I'm going to show you where that is so you can clear that out. It's a dark midnight blue coming out of the amplifier and that area where the Kundalini gets started. And it's just starting to come out of the amplifier. Starting to ribbon up through the bottom chakras. Of course, it starts at the bottom, and I'm seeing it come up to about the second chakra right now. I'm hearing that if you run your Kundalini energy, it clears your head. And that Kundalini is running at a color that reminds me of like a sun-kissed orange. Okay, now some grainy, dark energy is coming out of the Kundalini base. So what that tells me is that because it's running now, you're cleaning out that base amplifier. That's a good thing. Okay. That's going all the way up through your chakras now, ribboning up. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get started on using the healing vibration to clean out the three spaces, your body, your mind, and your spirit, your spiritual body. So I'm going to start with your physical body, and I'm going to run your healing vibration through it. I'm going to run it through your regular energy channels. One of the first energies coming out is fear. I think it's just like generic fear. The next thing that's happening is it's kicking out a lot of people in your space. and it's flowing at that really pretty orange gold. Going to run it through your intestines, your digestive system, since there was so much energy in that when I first took a look at you. Some of you have nervous stomachs. I was looking at energy that looks like the beginnings of ulcers, and the healing energy is working on that. Okay. Now I'm going to run the healing vibration through your glandular system. And the reason I picked that one, it's related to the 7 chakras. So each chakra is related to one of your glands, and so that's important that we get those healed. There's a lot of black coming out of the pineal gland and also the pituitary glands. And I would say just in general, a sluggishness in the glandular system. There's a weird green in there that I'm trying to get out that tells me that it's kind of, I hate to say the word sickly, but it's more like it's sluggish. What's happening now is that as the healing's going on, the light's starting to get into your cells, and I'm starting to see you radiate light. The other thing I see when you're running healing energy is you're in present time. So I would highly recommend running your healing energy this week and seeing what that does for you. I think we're just so used to being programmed to heal others that we forget that we can use our own healing energy on ourselves until something happens and we get injured. And then we're like, oh, yeah, I need to heal myself. But that can be a daily practice, just running that vibration, because it cleans out your channels and it lifts up your vibration. Okay. I'm going to fill your body in with gold. All right. Next thing is your mind. So I'm going to call it your mental body. Well, it's doing a good job of cleaning out worry, fear, anxiety. And what I'm hearing is like a lot of mental pressure in the head. Running the healing vibration in the brain now. It's cleaning out the junk in the folds. So I'm watching a lot of junk come out of the folds of the brain. Now it is working on, it seems to me like the healing is working on your, I guess, like mathematical information. Now it's about bringing the information from the two lobes of the brain together, like integrating them with each other. And I see that healing going into your senses, and all of your senses getting a healing, as they're all located in your head. And since we're already in your head doing the healing, I'm going to give your genetic entity a healing and run that healing vibration through it. Okay. Ooh, there's energy being released from the back of the eyes now, like out of the optic nerves and behind that whole area. Okay. I'm going to start to fill that in with gold now. And just FYI, there's energy being released out of your brain right now. So you might feel, or you might maybe feel a little flaky, maybe tomorrow. Right now, it's funny. What it looks like is steam coming off of your brain. I'm helping you ground that so that the growth period gets grounded. Who knew you had so much foreign energy in the brain? And I don't just mean you, I mean all of us, that we have so much foreign energy in the brain that just a quick 5-minute healing releases so much that you look like your head's steaming. So that's quite something to look at. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the mental body with a gold sun now. That looks really good. And the next one is your spiritual body. Now this, I'm using your energy channels and your chakras and running that healing vibration through them. And this healing energy vibration is going to be more nurturing to you in some ways than cosmic energy. So that's why, again, I highly recommend in your meditations, if you get a chance, to ground a rose for your healing energy. And then once it's cleaned up, just take some of that color that in the cleaned out rose, arc it into your crown and run it in a clockwise motion and let it go down your back channels. It's a really good healing. Um, what's coming up is that the connection at the first chakra and the grounding cord needs a healing, and it's not that it's not connected; it's that it's almost like I don't know, frayed or something. So I'm gonna run that healing energy through there. Yeah, that was interesting. There was like a plug of other people's judgment in the first chakra. And it made me see how, like, we all get sensitive and maybe even resistant to other people's judgments of us. And there was a clump of them right there in that first chakra where, like, everybody's holding on to those judgments. Goodbye. Now, the energy is helping to move some beings out of your space that vibrate at lower vibrations than your healing vibration. You know, some of your baby beings vibrate as high as your healing vibration. So when I was saying that you can run it through your space and chase beings off to a certain extent, but beings that have a higher energy vibration, you will have to say hello to and move out yourself. Ooh, and now working on your backside, the back of your spiritual body, it doesn't get a lot of attention. So it tends to collect a lot of energy. So there's a lot of dark charcoal energy back there. And I think it's going to really like getting a healing. There is um, I'll call it a streak. It's not a being, but there's a streak of dark energy uh, that's vertical coming out of you right now. This is really turning out to be a great healing. It's clearing space so that you are bringing in your enthusiasm. That's what I see, is that the space is getting a lot of this really bright yellow gold and just this renewed vibration. I want to make sure the healing energy goes all the way down into the legs and the feet and the toes. Wow, this is great. All right. I'm going to watch Supreme Being fill you in with gold. It's coming in waves. That was really nice. Some of you brought in a little bit of a sparkling pink with your gold, so that was really cool to see. All right, let me fill you in with a big gold sun. And I'm going to ground your astral. Somebody asked me the other day how you ground your astral at night. And honestly, you can do it real simply by putting up a rose and calling that rose your astral. And you just put a grounding cord on it and clear out any dark or foreign energy and then fill it in with a gold sun. And then don't forget to blow up the rose afterwards. But that's how you can just give your astral a healing before you go to sleep at night. And I'm grounding the growth period from this healing out 2 weeks. And filling you in. I'm still amused at your steaming head. Okay, let me close out the healing. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this healing for our healing energy tonight in the sanctuary be complete. Amen. Okay. That was pretty cool. All right. Thank you for joining me the second time around so that we could actually get that healing going. And I'm just going to take a look at my calendar and tell you what's coming up next week. Next week is Seek and You Will Find on Monday night. And then my women's intuition class on creative rings, your creative rings on Thursday night. So that's what's coming up. And then Body Beautiful is the following week on Tuesday. And that's on pleasure in the body. So that's going to be a 30-minute meditation on pleasure in the body. That's what's coming up. So thank you for joining me tonight. And I hope you have a lovely evening. Got my eyes on you. See you next week for Seek and You Will Find. Okay, good night.